Hello and welcome back to Exploring the Alphabet. We are on letter U. You might have realised that I'm talking a bit funny, and it's because I have got the killer wisdom tooth that it's been coming through for about 2 years. It's nearly all the way through, and then it just sinks back in, and the gum gets fucking huge around it. I don't know what it's all about. So if I talk a bit weird throughout this episode, it's only a one-off. Hopefully it does one. But yeah, on this episode, I get to bring a big bag. I get to bring a wash bag full of my favourite stuff. And basically as much as I want. And the reason for that is because we don't have to get a flight. And now a lot of people had killed to get a flight, and I totally get that. But when you do, and I'm so grateful that I'm doing this, but when you get so, like, I've been on so many flights, the kind of duty free and stuff gets like severely boring. But the reason we're not getting a flight is because we're on the road again. We're going to go to Scotland. Now, I'm very, very, worried about this one. And I'm going to be honest with you and tell you why, because we're always honest on here. But basically, this episode was very, very hard to find a place because I left it very, very late. And when I'm filming this, it needs to go on in literally 3 weeks' time. And throughout the 3 week period that I've actually got, I only have one weekend that I could possibly go. And I can only go for 2 days. Now, all the letter U destinations, vast majority of them are in South America and stuff like that. One, I don't want to pay the money to go somewhere that far afield, and two, it wouldn't work with the time. I could have gone somewhere called Ullswater or Uttoxeter in England, but Carrie reminded me, this series is all about getting out of England, so off you go. So we've got a 3-hour drive to Carlisle this evening. I'm staying in a dump. I think it's a dump anyway. And then we're going to stay at Carlisle and then hit the road first thing in the morning, an extra hour up the road to our letter U, which is in Scotland. The reason I said I'm worried about it is because there is literally fuck all there. So 3 hours drive, off we go. We're still gonna have a good time, aren't we? You know we are. We made it in one piece. The room just does what it says on the tin, to be honest with you. What doesn't say what was on the tin was that I rock up. I only paid I can't remember, you'll see at the end of the episode, it was only about £40-50 for this. But when I rocked up, he said, oh, you've got bed and breakfast as well included. And I thought, oh, yes. The only thing is, it doesn't start till 8 a.m. And because I've got an hour and a half drive in the morning, I was going to get up at about 7. Be off at 7, do you know what I mean? But I'm going to have a bit of a sleep in now, what a shame. So yeah, I packed a pack up for the car journey, didn't eat it because I ate a big bowl of stew before I set off. And so I'm going to eat the pack up now and just ignore the fact that the full room stinks of piss. The drive here flew by, literally flew by. But I was listening to my beloved Hull City on the radio, so I was entertained, even though they got beat 2-0. But I'm gonna whip off my clothes. Good news, hotel has an iron. That's all you need. That's all I'm paying for, really. So I'm gonna quickly iron my clothes. And I'm going to do it stood up because my phone is currently stuck onto the plasma TV. So I'm going to have my ironing board here. I'm going to be just doing my ironing, do you know, like people do on the Sundays, watching a bit of, don't know, what do you watch on a Sunday? A bit of Towie or something like Towie catch-up from 2005. And get your school uniforms done while you're watching telly. That's going to be me in about 2 minutes. So don't break it, Joel. I will see you bright and early in the morning, where our episode will truly begin. Good night. Good morning, everyone. It's 8 in the morning and I have just spent my first 15 minutes of it trying to figure out how to get out of that bathroom. So when I closed the door, it said you've got to close the door because the steam can set off the fire alarm or something like that. So I closed the door, but as I closed it, I heard a little click, didn't think anything of it. And then I went to go out and I was pulling it and there was this button, there's this little circle button on the door handle and it was like halfway in, halfway out. I was ragging the handle, couldn't get out for anything. So I literally had to ring the reception, because luckily I was playing music on my phone in there, and say, come get me out of my room, please, because I am trapped and I've got places to be. And then my mate with the ponytail came in and said, oh, sorry about that. We have had this happen quite a few times before. Change your bloody doors then. How about that, Mr. Bastard? Anyway, I need to catch up with time now, so I need to stop talking to you and get changed. We're going to have our first get changed transition. Are you ready? Joking. Right, we're ready. I think I'm going to give the grubby bread and breakfast a miss, not because of the room being a bit grubby. I did find a little circle yellow stain on my duvet yesterday, which looked like a kind of splash mark that would come from a pipe kind of thing, if you get where my gist, which kind of put me off. So I slept without the duvet. Well, I slept without it anywhere near my face, and I was absolutely freezing because it doesn't all even have heating. But the reason I'm not having the breakfast is because, cue the sad music, my wisdom tooth has been playing up even more through the night. I'm living off the ibuprofen, but on a serious note, that is not good for the video. On a serious note, I literally can't open my mouth more than that. And I was, when I was brushing my teeth, obviously it's important to brush the wisdom tooth to make sure there's nothing like in it making it worse. But I literally couldn't even get in. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's get to Scotland. I might have told a little lie, because do you know what I said? I wasn't going to have the breakfast. I walked down the stairs and the smell of pish disappeared and it turned into a smell of bacon. Well, in the middle, it was like pish, pissy bacon, then bacon. And I thought, do you know what? Last time I came to Scotland, I ate that haggis junk. I'm sure I can manage a bacon barn. A bacon butty, sorry, I don't know why I called it barn. So I went into the restaurant, sat down, they all thought I was right, weirdos. I just made 2 sandwiches and walked straight back out. So first sandwich looks absolutely banging, to be fair. I went and made a little bacon and egg and put tomato sauce on it. And then the second sandwich, and did another bacon, but I had beans in there, bacon and bean. So that's us now. I'm glad I did break the drive up, because I don't know if you remember me saying in the Edinburgh vlog that the drive from like Newcastle, Carlisle kind of area to Newcastle is just stunning, because it's just like all like green and stuff. So I'm glad that it's light this morning. It's light and I didn't do it last night in the dark, so I get to kind of see it all and experience it again. The city we are going to, remember, it begins with you. If you've not Googled it and cheated yet, please let me know in the comments if you have got it right. I would be very impressed, but I suppose if you do live near like Glasgow, you will potentially know it. But I'm going to reveal all after this drive, so see you there, suckers. As you may have seen on the montage of little travel clips, we have arrived in UDDINGSTON, which is in South Lanarkshire and is only 7 miles southeast of Glasgow. Now, this place really doesn't seem to have much going on. Uddingston has 2 primary schools, which isn't a lot. It only has 3 supermarkets, and it was the home to Glasgow Zoo, but unfortunately they got empty pockets and it went bankrupt. Now, you know that on these episodes, a lot of the time I get my ideas from the TripAdvisor kind of top things to do list, and every single city that I have been to on this series so far has had literally 250 options of things to do, if not more. That's usually just when I stop kind of searching, because it gets a bit boring after that. This city had 4 things to do and the first thing that we're actually doing wasn't even on that list. It is a discovery just by me, and it is the one that I'm most excited for, so let's get into it. Right, we're outside of Thomas Tunnock Limited, and do you know what? I absolutely love caramel wafers, and I love the caramel tea cakes that are here. And I've literally ate these things tons and tons and tons of times, and it's funny because whenever you eat like things like that, you never kind of think into how they got into your hand. And on the website of this place, there's like a timeline, because obviously it goes back as far as 1890. There's a timeline of events of how it happened, and it is so interesting. So Thomas Tunnock in 1890 opened a bakery, and like a bakery tea room type thing. Unfortunately, after 2 years, it burnt to the ground. Now, after that, he had a son called Archie, and Archie, when he was old enough, he went to fight in the war. When he got back from fighting in the war, Thomas Tunnock, his dad, had passed away, unfortunately, and his father's dying wish was that he reopened a bakery. So with the money he got from the war, he bought a bakery here in Uddingston, where he started opening like tea rooms and stuff like that. Now, unfortunately, Archie also passed away, but before he'd passed away, he had a son called Boyd. Are you keeping track of all this? Because I had to memorise it. And Boyd was, he in my eyes, Boyd deserves a lot of credit, even though it's his granddad's name on here. Boyd pushed this business on like you wouldn't believe, because Boyd not only invented the caramel wafer. No, I think his dad. I think his dad created the caramel wafer. Yeah, his dad did invent the caramel wafer. I do apologise there, because I'm cutting Archie a bit short. But after the caramel wafer was born and Archie had passed away, Boyd was given a task to create a new product, and it was Archie that actually created the tea cake, the marshmallow things that you bite into. And from then on, basically, all of Archie's hard work paid off. He expanded the business massively, like literally globally. He's a sir. He was a sir before he died. He died in about 1980. He was a sir, he got an MBE, he got a CBE, and after he died, he had sons and grandsons who all still run this business now. So who'd have thought that a little city just outside of Glasgow would kind of take over the world? It's incredible. When I'm outside of here, I feel like, do you know them people who do them audit videos on TikTok? Because I was filming outside and there was staff there and stuff, and I was thinking, oh god, the managers were going to come out saying, you can't fly your drone over this property. But thankfully they left me alone, because Scottish people do scare me because they're pretty abrupt. Apparently you can have a tour. So I'm just thinking, do I walk in and say, is there actually a tour, or is it a load of shit? But before I decide what I'm going to do there, I'm going to take you over to this bin, because there's a sick bin outside. I've never been excited by a bin before, but here we go. Wait for it. And it's got a red bin bag to match inside. I don't know if that's to match with colour coordination or if it's a fluke, but that's my favourite bin ever. You'd think they'd have a little shop, wouldn't you, where you could buy a proper, like, an OG Tunnock's caramel wafer or tea cake. But let me show you through the door. You can see a bit of the factory. Oh yeah, I forgot. They've also brought out biscuits as well, more recently. So if you've never tried them, have a try of them. I think that's the best we're going to do with it though. There we go. Happy days. Right, I've got good news and I've got bad news. So, good news is... Oh no, you start with the bad news, don't you? The bad news is they've stopped the factory tours. He said... Unfortunately, we stopped the factory tours as of... And I thought, fucking hell, that he spoke a bit too fast there, mate. Because then afterwards he said, so you'll have to ring back on Monday to see about that. So I thought, I'll just leave that. I won't ask him to repeat it, because it blagged my head a tiny bit. So... I said, do you have a shop? He said, oh yeah, we got a merchandise shop just across the road from the factory. But apparently I'm on the wrong road. So he said, do you have a car? I thought, fucking hell, the factory ain't that big, I could walk around. But cause he said, do you have a car? I'm just going to take the car just to be safe. So we're going to go around to the shop and get some bits. Oh God, I hate it when I do that. I do that all the time, like without even thinking about it. And then I think, what a cock I just looked. You might have seen that my expressions have changed on my face, because 1 minute I was excited by the Tunnock's factory and excited about going round to the Tunnock shop. And don't worry, this isn't for me to say that the Tunnock shop's closed or anything, because I have drove by it, I've seen it and it's open, so we're good. But as I've parked my car, I've spotted a death. I've spotted a death, right? There's a dead bed in the road. I was going to move it before a car ran over it. There's a car driving down the road now. I bet it's going to crush it. Oh my shit. I shouldn't have videoed. I should have moved it straight away. Has it run over it? Oh no, I think it's avoided it somehow. It must have gone over it must have gone between the car. I'm so sad. Oh, it's a crow. I was going to move it. Should I move that? I was going to move it out the way so it didn't get squished even more, but it's a crow. And I think crows are nasty, aren't they? And imagine I grabbed it and it squawks. Shall I move it somewhere? I'm going to move it. Shall I? Is it alive? I don't think it's alive, is it? Oh, God, I don't know if I dare pick it up. I'm going to brave it. I found what I'm going to pick it up with. This big thing. If I just drag it by its feet, maybe. Put that over it. Not over its face. Give it some decency. R.I.P. Good deed of the day done. Off to Tunnock's we go. What is it that you follow us on? Oh, do you watch us on there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You'll have to check our YouTube with this place as well. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam. What's that? That.
Peanut potato pie.
What is it and what's in it? Is it just pastry with potato and beans on top?
It's meat, then potato, then beans.
What meat?
Just like a mince meat.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Can I take one of them as well? Could you just add it to my bill?
Yeah.
Thank you. I think this shop's like my favourite place I've ever been.
Oh, it is.
I've literally been.
You need to get early. There's something good.
Oh, really? Well, I've literally. Yeah, I've literally been like all over the world, but this is like one of my favourite things, and it's because I didn't expect like to be coming to see this. So when I was driving here, I thought I'd just be going to a few castles and libraries and stuff just to make a video, but no, it's really good. Take care. Give us a wave, bye. See you soon. That was that. Oh, I'm fucking buzzing. Right, you wait and see what I've got. One of the workers in. So when I first walked in, I was filming and the woman said, "You basically know what I got? Did you ask to get my picture and that?" And I thought, oh fucking hell, Edie McCready's gonna shoot me down because Scottish, like I said earlier, Scottish people frighten me a tiny bit. And turns out she was just joking. But as she was like making the joke, a man came out from the back and he went, "I know you." And I was like, "No way, do you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I watch you on TikTok." And then he said, "They're famous on TikTok." And I was like, I am famous, but then that woman was loving it. And then she was like, "Oh, well, if you're famous, I'm going to get him more." But I've come away with some right fucking stuff. And I've come away with some right stuff. And it was only £20. So we're going to get in the car before we move on to the next place. And I'm going to show you the bits that I got. And I think I've landed a right bargain at that price. So not only did I get my own UDDINGSTON Scotland bag, right? It's this is about like the Tunnock business. Look, it's even got the Tunnock. Oh, I'm in love. This is such a good surprise. So remember, this was £20, which is an absolute steal, cause I got a hat, a toasted tea cake hat. Ready for winter. That is my favourite hat I've ever bought. Then I got a cup, which is, let me show you, which is also a toasted tea cake cup. I didn't get the caramel wafer ones because you could get these in caramel wafer, but I absolutely love I love the tea cakes a lot more. So look, I got a Tunnock's tea cake mug. Right. Then I got this pie thing. There was like this pie in the window, and you probably heard me say, "What is that?" And then the man was like, "You need to try one. They're lovely. I've never seen out like it, to be honest with you. It looks a bit weird, and I ain't hungry at the minute, so food looks even more weird when you're not hungry. But I think when I'm hungry, I'm going to enjoy it. It looks a bit grim, but let me show you. So look, it's like a pie, but just like without a top. It's got mincemeat, beans and mash in there, which is a bit random, innit? But I'm going to give that a go. I reckon that'll be quite nice. And then finally, would it be a trip to Tunnock's without getting some toasted tea cake? Now, they don't actually do these in England. In England, they don't. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen dark chocolate ones. They do dark chocolate ones there, coconut ones, stuff like that. But here, I only like the normal ones, but I've never seen a box of 36 anywhere in England. So rather than getting the normal ones you can get for England, treat myself to a box of 36. But I think that's good value for money, that. For 20 quid. I thought they was going to say like £50. So, great opening to the episode, because I literally am so happy that I've come here now. Like, the rest of it might be shit. I don't really know, because we're just going to drive around to random places and see what's there. But we have started on fire, because do you know what? I stand by what I said in that shop. I've been to so many places, and this has been one of like the best finds. But the only thing is, now I'm gonna have an obsession with, like, when I'm eating food, looking into where it was made, because who would have thought that I was gonna come here and it was gonna be here. So yeah, up the Tunnocks, wishing them many more years of happy, successful business. Let's get on our way. Bothwell Castle. not just any 13th century castle, it's Scotland's biggest and apparently, like, best. Fucking hell.
Another one bites the dust.
It is the best conditioned 13th century castle and the biggest. I'm just looking at the little sand there. I'm guessing you kind of could just walk onto the grounds. It's barely anybody here. It doesn't have a roof or frig all, but there is a door that's open, so I wonder if you can just roam in and like have a stroll around in there. Let's go find out. This is what's happening. We regret that access to this site is restricted. Our staff are working to investigate the conditions on high-level stonework and actively manage risk of falling material. So basically, I might be able to get in here, but I might not make it out. Look at that little cool window there. It's mad that, like, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, people would have actually, like, lived in this castle. Or, like, I don't know, like, had meetings in the castle. It's quite eerie, isn't it? I bet it's haunted. I don't know if I'm allowed over here. There's two cars. Dangerous masonry, it says. It's more like a fucking building site. I actually think, I hope I'm going to get arrested or something. There is a path for a reason though, isn't there? Please purchase a ticket or show your pass. Oh, so you can get in, So you come through this little arch. Look how beautiful that looks. And then, here we are, see, they've paid for a ticket. I'm alright, I'm going to get in. Only £3.80 as well, what a bargain. It's quite a lot bigger than I expected. The man in there who I just bought the ticket off was so nice as well. He said, is this your first, he wasn't from Scotland though, but he said, is this your first time to Scotland? I said, oh, it's not my first time. I said, I've been here plenty of time, weather's always shit. He said, yeah, well, you've got to make do with the weather, but the people here are very friendly and yeah, just have a great time. And I thought, do you know what, my friend? After your little polite speech, I feel like I will have a good time. And now it's time for the castle, so this is the grounds. I'm going to give you a montage. So that's the part that you're not allowed to go up, I'm guessing, which is a pain because I'd like to go in there. Looks like something from Rome, doesn't it? But I've never been to Rome, so people who have been to Rome who are probably watching this thinking, he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about, this traveller. You're kind of right. Although these stones here look like they're from ancient Greek. Look at this. One of the 3 stone vaulted storerooms built beneath the Great Hall. Spiral stair once gave access to upper floors. Where's the fucking... Oh, that's a spiral staircase, look. Is it boxed in or can I squeeze up? No, it's boxed in. I'm really tempted to, like, squeeze into one of them spaces and make someone jump as they walk in here. I think I might get in trouble if I crawl into there. Someone started coming in as I was about to get in. I think I'll leave it. I think that was like God telling me, no, don't do that. Even after reading these things, I'm actually unsure what the word, like, let me read this to you and you'll see what I mean. Sandstone corbels jutted out from castle walls to support timber floors, stairs and battlements. The stones are on display, thought to come from inside the donjon, Bothwell's mighty keep. That means nothing to me. These just look like stone. I said they would look like from ancient Greek, but as I've got closer, they just look like they're from garden centre, to be honest with you. Oh, look, bowling balls. Some boulders there. That big circle one there's what they use on that World's Strongest Man. Do you know where they lift it up and stick it on the podium thing and they get from small to big? My friend was going to walk in and then when she saw me crawling out of there, I think she changed her mind and thought I'll come back when he's gone, the nutter. Above your head are the remains of the Bothwell's private chapel. The fucking sky. What? Or does it mean that this was... Is this the remains, maybe? Oh, is that? There's a big window there. Let's see if that window's on the photo here. Oh, yeah, the arch windows. So this, oh, there's two, yeah. Where I'm stood is basically like where people used to get married and stuff, and christened and baptised, which is pretty cool. This is another one where it's falling masonry. You've got to keep out. Do you know what annoys me about stuff like this? So look. It says falling masonry, please keep out. I bet you if I stood here all day, not one piece of masonry would fall. Which fucks me off. And then do you know what they do? They don't want to let people in here because I reckon there's some gems or some gold buried in here. So that's what they do. They put up this sign, falling masonry, and then they get some gravel from the same garden centre that they got them stones from in the other room, and they just lay gravel on here, pretending that has crumbled off the remains. So don't be fooled, everyone. I won't fooled. There's gold down there. You want to climb? Joel is. I'll climb. See what this looks out to? Oh, some nice trees. Oh, some nice trees out there. How do I get? Don't want to fall getting down. Oh. That'd look so good if it was full of water. Oh, here's Don John. That was to do with the stones, so maybe Don John or Keep, the Lord's residence in the 13th century, partly destroyed in fact. Yeah, so them stones, it must have meant that them stones came from here. Here's Don John. Don John's been putting scaffolding up and all sorts on it. He's doing right refurb, aren't you, Don John? Just need the roof to go, mate. That was my little Scottish friend I was waving to. Oh no, he wasn't Scottish, was he? He was posh English. So that was the Bothwell Castle. It is a beautiful area that it's in there, and this Bothwell Castle also has its own golf course. So if you fancy a game of golf in where are we? UDDINGSTON, this is your place to be. The next place we're going to see is it's nothing like extraordinary, but it is a bar, and we do like bars. However, I am driving straight back home to Hull tonight, so there'll be no beveraginos, but it's called Lounge 72 UDDINGSTON, and it is basically a Rangers football club themed bar. Now I do like Rangers. I prefer Rangers over Celtic. And that was one of the things on TripAdvisor. Now, obviously, UDDINGSTON does have other bars, but because that is on there and it's got a bit of a theme, you know, it's a bit different. I like Rangers. We're going to go in there and see what that's all about. I do need a refreshment because my mouth is drying up. Is that actually the cup?
No.
It's not?
No.
It looks real, doesn't it?
It does,
I thought to myself, how have you managed to get your hands on that?
No, it's a really good replica. There's a guy, Stuart Hay, who the club sponsors, and he does a show, The Journey Back.
Okay.
And it's all about Rangers and how it came about.
Yeah.
So he's doing a tour. He's going to Australia. He done like all the UK last year. He's going to Australia. And he's trying to get that arranged just now. He borrows that for the show because it is such a...
Do all the Rangers away trips go from here, and does some trip? Because I looked on the Facebook and saw there was coaches on and stuff. So do you send? What would you do if a man came in a Celtic top? Is that not allowed?
No.
Is that fine?
If he came in if he wants, it's entirely up to him.
And there it is, Lounge 72. I nearly started singing Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lounge 72 has brought me alive. To be fair, it is like a really, really clicky bar. A fly's just flown in my eye. I think it flew out as well. Bastard. But yeah, it is like, sorry, I'm turning around because the lady at Tunnock, who I was talking to earlier, she popped out and I didn't want to walk by the thing while I've got my phone in my hand like this. I'm just going to do some chicken running. Made it. Yeah. It was a really clicky bar, but like a nice clicky bar, so everyone in there, I was the first in, obviously, I'm first at the fucking bar. And then suddenly, it was real funny because the woman said, at 2 o'clock, that's when everyone starts coming in. And like, every 5 minutes, a new person walked in. But when they was walking in, there was all like, knew each other, like, hi, how's it going? No, hello, how's it going? The bar's just had a revamp, by the way, that it looks absolutely sick. It's one of like the nicest bars I've been in, because obviously it's a Rangers bar. Like, the way they've designed it is just like Rangers everything. Even like the leather seats had Rangers badges like embroidered in it, so it looked beautiful. But because it had just been done, everyone who walked in was like, fuck, look at this, it's absolutely fantastic. There was a girl, a youngish lass there, and she loved the door frame. It must have had a door there before, rather than being like open plan. And the woman was like, oh my god, how much better? Everyone who walked in, bless her, she said, how much better does that look, eh? So, great bar. The welcome, lovely people as well, by the way. They welcomed me with open arms, asked a lot about me, very, very friendly. And they've also give us, I can hear bagpipes. Oh, they've stopped. They've started. Oh, there's a bagpipe man just over there. See him with his giant hat. See him with his giant hat. I don't know whether to go over and be like, listen, I've just had an iron brew, and if you don't know, I've done the bagpipes many a times in Edinburgh. But I won't take it off him because I think it is either a wedding or a funeral. Not like if it was a funeral, that'd be funny, by the way. I don't know why I laughed. I think it was more of a nervous laugh. We're back at the car now, and the lovely people from Bar 72 give me our next place that we're going to visit. So my friends at 72 Lounge, they asked like why I'm here, and I obviously told them about exploring the alphabet. Tried to branch out a tiny bit, get a few more subscribers. If you're not subscribing, by the way, this is the perfect opportunity to tell you it's free to subscribe. Please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So they said, oh, there's a scarecrow. There's a scarecrow festival on. It's great timing that you've come at this time because there's a scarecrow festival on. So you just drive about 5 minutes up the road and you'll see like scarecrows. And I saw I drove for quite a long. It was a lot longer than 5 minutes. And then I started seeing scarecrows. I saw a tiger scarecrow, and I saw one, an astronaut scarecrow. And then suddenly I came to like this big car park thing that had loads of stuff going on, and that must have been the festival that we're about to go to. Now, they did say to me, it's more for kids though. It's more for kids, and obviously you're filming and stuff. So I said, am I going to get locked up? He said, well, that's a different story, to be honest with you, but it's good to see. And yeah, let's go see what the scarecrow market's all about. I've never ever been to a scarecrow market, don't really know what it means or what's going to be there. But this series is all about doing things you've never done before, so it's another thing off the list. Just walking down to me fun fair now. Only come across a game of bowls. Other clubs are available though. I have just drove by a cricket club as well in UDDINGSTON. So, happy days. A scintillating game going on now. And taking a shot is Grandad John. Grandad John rolls it in with some power. He seems to be wide, but it is coming in. He's happy with his shot, despite being short. A wheeze trail, says Carrie's mother, who has the exact same haircut and is also Scottish. Now it is his nephew, George, who strikes a pose as he lets go of the ball. He's more accurate, he has more power, and he gets right on the white ball. Don't know what that guy said because he's far too broad Scottish. Grandad John is back on with one more bowl. This time Grandad John puts more oomph into it. And even though he puts more oomph into it, he still doesn't have the power in his weak arms now he is getting old. His nephew uses his ball as a gauge and he's going to show him how it's done. I think he's aiming from between Grandad John's last ball and the white ball, bringing it in. He runs forward with it. I don't know if he's going to cheat and kick it a bit further. And it's a load of shit. Sorry, can I hear a music concert right now? Looks like it's in someone's back garden, but I'm guessing this is the concert. Have a look what's up there. Have a look. I can't see it. I can't see anything. I don't know if you could. Oh my god, it's Swift. I didn't even realise it. I'm a Swiftie myself as well. What a dream come true. What you're looking at? Don't look at me like that, knobhead. I'm a Swiftie. What are you going to do about it? Love the game. This is awesome. Way too far. Breathless bitch. I'm sure I was coming to a Scarecrow thing, not a Swift concert. Where's the Scarecrows? I literally feel so out of place because everyone here have got like, they're like they've got families and like they're there with the kids and like dads have got kids on the shoulders and stuff like that, or there's like couples there, and I'm just like stood because there's all there is here is like a hot dog bar, but we can't go for food because of what we're doing next. Spoiler alert! And we can't have a drink because we're in the car. So I'm like just stood with my hands in my pockets like, this is awesome. Like in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where to put myself. I was looking for a corner to stand myself out the way, but even then it's still a bit weird, innit? Who's that fucking weirdo in the corner? The blonde bitch. But yeah, I think my friends at Lounge 72 was right. I don't think I should spend too much time there. If it was full of adults, I want a man getting up at the front with Swiftie and having a little groove, but it's full like 6-year-olds with face paints on, so I feel like maybe it's not the right thing to do. I was at the very end. I was stood like leaning on this thing at the entrance, and like I was literally leant on the entrance like that. Everyone was like walking in and out, and the families there just looked like a fucking absolute dweeb. So thanks Taylor Swift, but no thanks. And all that. I'd rather watch the fucking bowls. And first up is Auntie Marilyn, who has a special edition blue bowl. She's rolling it very far left and is making no contact with any balls. While Uncle Alan has thrown one in with power. Grandad John looks down. Is he going to hit the right? He hits the white, and a clap by Dino the bastard. The umpire over there seems to be pissed off with something, so he picks up a ball and he thinks, fuck you guys, you old OAPs. I'm actually going to fuck shit up now and take the victory. The umpire goes a different route because he knows the round. He looks away with absolute superpower and confidence and gets nowhere near he wanted to be. No clap this time for Dino the bastard. The Scarecrows that I did see on the way though, they was really cool. So here's the Scarecrows for you to look at anyway, because we want to impress with the festival, would we? I'd have loved it if Indy and Esme was with me. That'd have been a dream. Anyway, as I expected though, when coming here, I knew it would be a place very short of things, but I do like it here. It's really nice place. But after I'd been to the castle and I'd been to Tunnock's this morning, they said to me, I said to them at bar 72, like, have I missed anything? Is there anything else, kind of thing? And there was like scratching their heads. There was like, the best they could give me was like the Scarecrows thing, which was all right, but there's an ice cream shop in the corner, and I thought, well, everywhere has an ice cream shop, doesn't it? But other than that, there was kind of scratching their heads, and like everything's kind of in Glasgow, which it is true, because I have drove around this city quite a lot, and the only real thing, there's like pharmacies, corner shops, like bookies, all the usual type of things you see in cities, But what we're doing next is something you can't do in just every city or eat. So when I left Edinburgh, after the Edinburgh vlog, I realised I missed out one thing that I just needed to try. And it wasn't haggis again, for sure. It was a deep fried pizza. Because I'm obsessed with pizza. And I like fatty things, so I think I might actually like deep fried pizza. Now, I found a deep fried pizza place. It says on their signage that it is the #1 Scottish takeaway. I call bullshit on that, because all these takeaways always have like #1 in Scotland or #1 in England. Or do you have any awards to prove it, or are you just sticking it up there to try drag people in? So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get some and then take it back to the car to try before we head home. I said, do you do deep fried pizza? She said, yeah, we do, pizza crunch. And I thought, oh, is that what it's called, pizza crunch? So I said, yeah, I'll just have one of those then, please. And then she said, do you want a pizza crunch on its own, or do you want a pizza crunch supper? And I thought, supper's like the snack you have before you go to bed. She ain't gonna put cereal, milk and stuff over it, is she? So then I say, what size is it? And she said, oh, pizza supper is with chips. So that must be a meal. Like, rather than calling it pizza crunch with chips, it's pizza supper. I don't understand that. But anyway, I partaked in the pizza supper. So when she was serving me the food, she said, do you want salt and vinegar? And I thought, I ain't having salt and vinegar with pizza and chips, because that goes against the fucking grain for me. Everyone knows it's chip spice only when you're having chips with pizza. I'm not eating fish. So anyway, I say, just salt, please. She pours salt all over me fucking pizza. I thought she meant on me chips. Unbelievable. Anyway, here is me chips. I find it bizarre that chippies sell pizzas for a start. That is the most weird thing in the world. No chippy in Hull sells pizza. So there's me chips. Chips do look good, and she won't tight on the Tommy K, which I was happy about. So there's your chips. You know what chips look like, don't you? Here's the pizza crunch. I've not actually seen it myself yet. I want to look first because it's mine. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to look. It doesn't look like. She said, "Do you want it half deep fried or fully deep fried?" I said fully, so, and they have done it. You can tell it is deep fried. Oh yeah, it's like a rock. But I expected it to be. Do you know when you get a battered sausage and you just can't see the sausage? I thought it was going to be like that, where you couldn't see any of the pizza. But if you look closely, it just looks like a pizza. But if you look even more close, I'm getting you to use your eyes, you can tell it is like really fried. So they don't cut it in slices as well. This is the most bizarre experience ever. They don't cut it in slices, they just cut it in half. So you must. I'm guessing when you eat pizza crunch supper, you just eat it half by half. It is really, really hot. But we're gonna do our taste test and see if we like it. I'm gonna definitely like this though. This is me. Like, this is me all over. Yeah, I like it. It's very good. It's like you're just eating a normal pizza, but more greasy and crunchy. That's the only way I can explain it. Let's get this. Looks like a really greasy bit. Looks like fried bread. Yeah, that is banging. It's a fucking good job I don't live in Scotland. If I lived in Scotland, I would be rifling through like at rapid pace. I would be the biggest guy in Scotland. Number one big boy in Scotland, that'd be me. But yeah, I ate pizza crunch. It took me a lot longer than I wanted it to try it. I am a fan of it. That is fucking beautiful, that. I've never tried a fried Mars, but I'm going to leave that till the next time I come to Scotland, if I do come again. That ain't a spoiler, by the way. I haven't tricked myself up. I don't have any planned trips to Scotland, and I won't be coming again on this series. But I just mean in general. But yeah, Uddington was fab. I quite enjoyed it. It didn't have a great deal to offer. Not much history and stuff like that. But we've seen the main parts of it. There is tanning over there. I could go for a quick bed, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to head home because we have got a 5-hour drive back to Hull now. It is about 5 p.m, so at least I'll get home for 10. See Carrie before I go to bed. So I'm going to hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. And when I get back home, I'm going to let you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the cost count up when I get home, let you know that I'm safe and sound, so you can all sleep tonight as well. Like, it's only fair, isn't it? You will be worrying about me. See you soon. Well, you'll be happy to know I made it home in one piece. Or there might be someone watching thinking, actually, I'm not happy you made it home in one piece. I hate you. You never know who's watching. Time for our scores on the doors, everybody. After a great trip, I am so ready for bed, so I'm going to whiz through this one. Our accommodation was £52.45. Our additional spends was £125.89. And that is literally all we spent. Obviously, there was no flight cost, there was no airport parking costs. To be honest, £60 of the additional spends was actually diesel as well. So we barely spent anything when we was there. I think this one is really good value for money, because it might not have been the most like exciting, funny one to watch, but as on a personal level, I quite enjoyed that quick dash. It was a really nice little trip, and I'm glad I actually went to see Uddingston, because I'll probably never go again. Not in a bad way, but it's just not one of them places you would revisit. The grand total is £178.34, and I promise the scores on the doors aren't written on my hand. I am just a really big fan of John Cena, and I just wanted to give it one more of these before I go. You can't see me. You know how it goes. 21 letters down. We only have 5 more to go. Thank you for watching another episode of Exploring the Alphabet. The end is near, but not too near. So please come back for more. There is definitely 5 more other letters to explore. I'm off to bed. Good night. By the way, the deep fried pizza turned out to be pretty sickly. Kind of went down in the estimations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and click the bell next to my name, because that makes you get notified when I next come live. Peace!